Oh yes, the time is here. Harper and I are back for another Plan With Me video. This time around, it's for February 2019, and the theme for this month is self-love. I am always in love with doing this theme because I just think it's a perfect time of the year to be focusing on yourself during a time where we are talking a lot about love. It's Valentine's Day, there's hearts everywhere. Let's be showing some love to ourselves because that's the most important person to show some good old loving to, you know what I'm saying? So I'm starting off with a title page, and actually something that I really played around with this month was both pasting things into my bullet journal and using washi tape. So I started off by printing a paper on the internet of newsprint. I don't get newspapers to my door, so I couldn't just cut a newspaper, which is kind of sad, but that's my reality. But if you still get newspapers, you can just use that. And on top, I put some black washi tape. This is from the Scotch brand. I will actually have all the products I used in today's video linked in the description box below. To write on top of the washi tape, I used a Jelly Roll white pen, and this actually worked really well. I used the same technique multiple times throughout the video because I ended up loving the look of this so much. And that was pretty much all I did for the title page. Not much going on here at all, but I really love the look. And as you see, I'm proceeding onto the next page, which really should have been my month at a glance, but I'm realizing totally forgot to do one of those. So I'm actually going to make a month at a glance for February on my next Planner Monday video. Planner Monday is a segment on my Instagram stories I do every week where I do something related to planners, whether it's a bullet journal spread or sharing a new stationery supply goodie that I have. So if you're not following me there already, you should definitely go check me out at Caitlin Marie De Silva. This page instead is a self-love month page where I just list a ton of different activities I want to be doing throughout the month of February. And these are activities I just think are acts of self-love, things I can do to show myself a little appreciation. I originally actually created this spread on my Procreate app on the iPad. I'm experimenting with the Procreate app. That's kind of my new thing for 2019. As I've said many times, I'm trying to embrace a little bit more art in my life and more creativity, and that's just one of the ways that I'm doing it. So you're going to see my iPad pop up onto the screen because I'm copying the list of things that I wrote down on it. But basically the list of self-love activities goes as follows. 1, to write something down every day that you love about yourself, which I'm going to talk a little bit more when I approach the next 2 pages in my bullet journal. 2, to establish a self-care routine. So this can be doing, a meditation every day or waking up and starting your day with yoga. Little things like that can just show, again, yourself some self-love. Number 3 is to read something that inspires you. 4, spend a night with friends, family, anyone who you really love. Number 5, to update your vision board, which, fun fact, I actually uploaded a video on updating my vision board, which is actually a vision door. You can check that out by clicking the card on your screen. Number 6 is to have a solo dance party, because those are always a hoot. The other day I danced to the YMCA in my bedroom while doing my makeup. So that was thankfully something no one else had to witness. Number 7 is to watch your favorite movie. Mine is You've Got Mail. Number 7 is to watch your favorite movie. Number 8 is to do something creative. Number 9 is to treat yourself to something sweet. I would vote for a cookie, a brownie. All those things work. And number 10 is to see somewhere new, to maybe go on an adventure. Anything that's just kind of a little bit different than what you usually do. This next spread is my favorite spread to complete every year. I think this is the 3rd year that I'm doing this spread, and it is what I mentioned a few seconds earlier. It's a spread where you write something down every day that you love about yourself. And last year, especially when I did this, I found it to be such an emotional journey. I think I had even talked about in last year's Plan With Me how, the first few days when you're filling this out, I feel like it's pretty easy to write something that you love about yourself. But then you get to the midway point of the month and suddenly you're really having to dig deep for things that are worth appreciating. And let me tell you, there's more than 28 things worth appreciating about yourself, but it's often us, when we're looking at ourselves internally, we have a hard time seeing that. So this is forcing you to kind of just look at all the great things about you, because there are so many great things to celebrate. So this is a very simple spread to put together. I just created 28 blocks. One block represents one day. And at the beginning of each day, I'm going to make an effort to write something down that I really love about me. And this can be something physical, like a physical feature, or something just about your personality, the way you approach life. Last year, I had asked anyone who was taking this challenge with me to use the hashtag love28 on Instagram or any social media to either share your spreads or to share your process with doing this every day throughout the month of February, and I thought that was so much fun. So I would love to do that again this year. I'm definitely going to be talking about this concept of self-love a lot on the channel and on my social media throughout the month of February. I think it's so important to be taking care of ourselves. I know for me personally, I'm often the first thing that gets shoved off my to-do list, and that is not the way to go about things, because if you're not doing good, then you're not going to be able to do good for others or to do good things in general. And speaking of self-love and doing videos about self-love, if there's any video topic that you'd like to see me do, maybe you want me to share a self-care routine or something like that, or completely different, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm looking for ideas. Although I forgot my month at a glance this month, I thankfully did not forget my habit trackers. So this month, February gets a whole page dedicated towards trackers. I created some basic ones for the ones that I usually always track, which are hydration, yoga, gratitude, and reading. Reading especially is something I'm prioritizing in February, because I feel like I was lacking in that department in January, and I'm back on the road to commitment with that. And because I also wanted to just be a little bit more creative with this month's spreads, I added some really crazy doodles on the bottom left of the page of some leafy type plant that was super easy to draw, but I love the look of it. To fill in the gap at the bottom, I added the quote, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit," which is a quote I think I've included on habit trackers before. I just really like it because it's something I really believe in. You know, change doesn't happen from one big thing. It's usually small little things that seem insignificant when we do them, but they add up to something really, really great. And on the page to the right, I added a little poem from the Instagram account RS Shin. I will have it on the screen right now. It's a beautiful poem, and at the top right, I added a box called "I'm feeling 22." Ooh, because I am turning 22 in February. February 8th, this girl will be blasting some Taylor Swift, doing a dance party to celebrate my day of birth. And I also wrote down a little list of things I'm going to do to treat myself on my birthday, despite the fact that I do have a lot of assignments and tests coming up the week after my birthday. But I'm still going to take some time to celebrate me, because hey yo, you only turn 22 once, right? So that definitely warrants a visit to the bookstore and a latte drinking session. And then again, I'm adding some more greenery doodles. I loved how the spread turned out. I liked that I played around with something different with doodling and pasting in these two spreads in particular. You know, I am more of a minimalist bullet journaler, but and I do still think these are kind of minimalist spreads, but they're just a level up from what I usually do. The creative juices within me kept a-flowing with this weekly spread because, as I mentioned, it is my birthday month in February. I decided to dedicate this weekly spread to my zodiac sign, which is the Aquarius. The Aquarius? Did I say that right? Anywho. So I thought it'd be fun to draw out the Aquarius star constellation. I googled it, used a pencil to slightly sketch it in, and I filled in the spread, or the sky, what would be the sky, with a pink Tombow, mostly because I felt like this would be a really great way to add some pink, which feels appropriate because February does tend to have a lot of pink associated with it. And yet again, the washi tape came back for the last run. It's going to be the place where I write down the days of the week. I went back in with a Micron pen just to make the constellation pop. I drew the stars and the lines. I was really happy with the constellation once I had done it, but it definitely needed some more star action, so you'll see me add some more stars to the top half of the page just to fill it in a bit more. Even though I'm using less real estate than what I typically use for a weekly spread, I do think there's a good amount of spot real estate for list making, vertical list making, which is what's always really important to me to make a spread actually functional. And that pretty much wraps it up. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video because I had such a fun time putting it together. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you're going to do a challenge where you write something down every day that you love about yourself, whether there was a page in particular that you really loved, and I will see you all very soon with a new video. Until then, bye everyone.